Welcome to the Weekend Report by NBC News. I'm Antonia Hylton. The question of how to get kids back to school safely has been hanging over families and communities since this pandemic began.
Normal temperature.
We spent a month in Long Branch, New Jersey, where we watched as one of the state's most diverse public school districts grappled with what it would mean to come back. Dr. Michael Salvatore has been running low on sleep. As the superintendent of 9 Long Branch public schools and 5,700 kids, he spent his summer trying to find a way to give families a mix of in-person and virtual schooling this fall.
No plan's gonna be perfect. We're gonna take about 45 minutes now to review it.
In August, he finally unveiled his district's reopening plan to the school board.
Today was 16 hours. It's a little exhausting. I've been kind of conceptualizing this meeting for months and just waiting to get to this point. We can't allow fear to build any further. It's built enough. So now it's time to kind of address it head on and then provide some accommodations so that people feel really comfortable with their return.
Dr. Salvatore asked social worker Nakia Blair to help teachers process their COVID experiences so they'd be prepared.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. This session is called Bridging Back to the Field.
How would you say staff is feeling right now? Are they anxious about coming back into the classroom?
We do have staff that may feel, okay, we're ready, I'm comfortable. And then you have some staff that may be, of course, willing and excited, but nervous and anxious.
As teachers, we want to save everybody, and we know that we can't. Okay. Sorry.
No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I know where that emotion comes from.
Oh my goodness, I did not come here to cry.
Okay. You're amongst supportive coworkers. We're all family.
Long Branch has a large immigrant and working class population. More than 80% of students qualify for free or reduced lunch.
So I have pizza and burger.
Naima Roddy teaches at the district's alternative school, Audrey W. Clark. She's distributing incentives or food vouchers to the families who engaged with virtual summer school. She lost her own cousin to COVID in the spring, and like many other teachers, she has concerns.
It made it so real. It's just like it's this grim reaper that's sitting around the corner waiting to attack, and I'm sitting here like, will I be that one? So that's the scariest thing about it. All right, thank you so much, Mom, for making sure he participates.
On August 12th, administrators in New Jersey were surprised by an announcement from Governor Phil Murphy. All of the districts that had been required to plan for some in-person classes could now decide for themselves how to proceed. More than 400 districts still opened their doors, but Dr. Salvatore soon discovered many parents and teachers in Long Branch really weren't ready.
Well, we tried. We tried to open our doors for children this September. We now have more than 3,200 students and 275 staff members who feel it would be safer if children began the school year learning remotely.
So what's going on?
It's been the entire weekend has been looking at data coming in from families, from our staff members regarding reopening. The families overwhelmingly were selecting remote learning as their first option.
What do you think the potential consequences of that decision could be?
I think something I lose sleep over are my students with special needs. I feel for those families who struggled over the spring season.
Kids who have special needs, like 14-year-old Gary Godsill, have suffered since the lockdown. His mother, Lindsay, is a full-time student, works 12-hour shifts at the medical center, and is raising 5 kids. She doesn't have time to homeschool.
Maybe about 3 weeks into the whole pandemic and school closure, Gary took kind of like a turn for like a depression, anxiety-ridden type of situation. He wasn't really sleeping, he was really paranoid, he was missing his friends, he was missing his routine. Fishing became his entire life through quarantine.
I've been fishing here since I was like 4th grade. I use it as a coping mechanism. It helps me calm down. In March, when it first started to get really bad, it just went downhill from there. Like, my self-esteem went down a little bit, and then, like, I started to stress eat. It was a struggle.
Today is the first day of school in Long Branch.
Put a finger down if you'd rather be in school during this time.
Can you go back to Google? Oh, I'm muted. Oh, jeez. Okay.
So just be flexible. This is all new to everyone.
Gary's struggling with the demands of remote learning.
Okay, so we're gonna do forgot password. So it says, literally to click the add button.
Try
what we
this in
did,
the
join
Zoom.
the class.
Try it in the Zoom.
But there's no meeting ID and password, Gary.
Try it in the Zoom.
Okay. Which one's the meeting ID and which one's the
Try
password?
this in the meeting.
I need two. I need a meeting ID and a password.
Okay.
So how are you feeling when you woke up this morning?
I actually woke up and started crying today. I don't want to do this again.
What would relieve some of the stress on your back right now?
School. I need the academic setting to not become a part of my home life.
What do you think the impact is going to be for him of this strange start to the school year?
I think that he's going to be socially and emotionally withdrawn. He's more into doing things alone now.
Naima is Gary's former teacher. Why does in-person instruction matter for these kids?
Because this is home to a lot of kids. This is a safe house, and that's what we call it. Like, we meet, we do all different, we wash students' clothes, we make sure students eat, we make sure we go to students' houses. So that's why it is important for our students to be here.
Dr. Salvatore hopes to get kids like Gary back into classrooms by September 21st, even if the rest of the community needs more time. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how weird was the first day?
11? Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious how you think you'll look back on this year of your career 5-10 years from now.
I think it was very humbling because things that we all are really good at certain things, and then we get hit pretty hard by something we can't control, and it forces us to do our job completely different. We may not know what the future holds, but I know we're resilient enough to be able to get through something really challenging.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.